Are you looking for the best flashlights? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best flashlights on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Anker Boulder LC40 LED Flashlight. The Boulder LC40 turned out to be a surprising value, with good runtime and a consistent 200 lumen output over time. Starting at just over 400 lumens when turned on, it dropped to 200 at about 3 minutes and didn't stray more than 10 lumens for the remainder of our half-hour-long test. We found the beam pattern to be slightly narrower and more focused than the Polytac USB-X below, which helped it throw nearly as far with fewer lumens. At 50 meters, we could clearly see the outline of our human silhouette, and it was still identifiable out to about 90 meters. The 5 light functions, high, medium, low, strobe, and SOS, are accessible with sequential clicks, about as simple a process as we found during testing. The aluminum body is completely sealed, so the battery can't be replaced. But a port at the butt end of the light is provided to recharge it. Number 2. ThruNite Archer 2AV3 LED Flashlight. One of the flashlights we always keep on hand at home, the ThruNite Archer 2AV3 is compact, but powerful, and suitable for almost any situation. According to testing from 1 Lumen, it's able to maintain consistent lumen output for more than 8 hours on medium brightness. On its highest setting, the brightest drops off after about 3 minutes. As we mentioned, that's normal for most flashlights. That's still decent output though, and enough for most situations. Beyond its consistency, the 2AV3 is simply the perfect flashlight to carry around for the everyday tasks that require some extra light. It's small enough to fit in your pocket, and has variable light levels that work well for different tasks, from a quick look under the sink, to taking out the trash after dark. Technically, the 2AV3 isn't the brightest or longest lasting flashlight we tried, but it's lightweight, consistent, and relatively cheap, making it a reliable tool to keep around. Number 3. Acebeam E75 4500 LED Flashlight. The Acebeam E75 is an enthusiast-grade flashlight with enough battery power to stay bright for far longer than your average torch. With an estimated brightness of 4,500 lumens and a beam distance of 260 meters, it's a perfect flashlight for camping and other outdoor activities in remote places that get very dark at night. More importantly, it's built to work for a long time, up to 26 days on low. It's more expensive than some of our other picks and a little too large to keep in your pocket, which makes it a bit of a niche option for campers, homeowners, and other folks who need serious illumination from time to time. That said, it's a must-have option if you find yourself relying on a flashlight for hours at a time. Number 4. Rayovac DIY 3 AAA LED Flashlight. This medium-sized Rayovac, powered by 3 alkaline AAA batteries, ran for a hard-to-believe 2+ days in our testing. We measured lumens at 271, 30 seconds after we turned it on. Brightness dropped off gradually over our 30-minute test, ending at 165 lumens. In the second day of the runtime test, the light had dimmed very significantly but still gave off enough light by which to read in the dark, when held inches from a page. The light color is a little more amber than the others tested, which we found more evident in the last half of its runtime. Testing beam drop-off, we found it bright enough at 50 meters to identify our human silhouette. Moving out to the end of our test area at about 90 meters, we were still able to see the silhouette, just not as clearly. The DIY 3 AAA has 2 modes, high and energy saver, which can be toggled between by clicking the power button on the butt end of the light. The housing features rubber coverings on both ends to help protect it from drops and also prevent the otherwise smooth body from slipping out of our hands. Number 5. Ledlenser P5R LED Flashlight. Ledlenser's P5R is another great example of why you shouldn't grade a flashlight solely on the lumen output. With its claimed lumens of 420, we were able to measure 393, not a big discrepancy. In practical testing, we discovered the P5R's ability to focus the beam from a spot pattern to a flood pattern worked very well. Adjusting it to a tight spot, we were able to clearly identify a flat gray silhouette at 85 meters on a dark, moonless night. That's as good or better than other lights with higher lumen output. With 3 modes to choose from, low, high, and blink, we had no trouble switching between beam settings using the metal button on the end of the flashlight body. Rather than using a rubber-covered charge port, you used the magnetic charger to connect to the rear-mounted button, which serves as the charger contact. Testing lumens in the integrating sphere, we discovered that brightness dropped about 30 lumens in the first 3 minutes. This kind of initial drop is common with LED lights, but after 3 minutes we noticed the brightness started to drop 1 lumen about every 4 seconds. We observed this until the brightness got down to 110 lumens. Stopping the test, we clicked the mode/power button and discovered we could get back to high power mode at about 300 lumens. So it appears, if left on, the light will eventually and slowly dim in order to preserve battery. In fact, when we tested runtime, we confirmed this. We couldn't leave the light set to high for the duration. When we turned it on and left it, the battery died approaching 5 hours, a fair bit longer than the claimed runtime of 3 hours on high power.